Doc here from North America, and we're waiting for the numbers, and the numbers must be out there somewhere because it's 8:30 a.m. So let's see what they say. Just waiting, and waiting. Let's see. What do we have here on Dukascopy? We have... Let's see. They were hotter. Here we go. Wow. 1.6%. And they were expecting 1.1. Again, producer price index, keep on talking about this. Interest rate, the inflation number just keeps on expanding. So let's see how the stock market's doing here. We'll throw that up on the screen. Let's put it up. Let's see. We'll go right to there. All right, and then you're going to see it right here. Here's the stock, the S&P 500. They are bringing it down. And there you go. So the PPI, which came in on Dukascopy, PPI was definitely hotter. And so February retail sales up 0.6. February retail sales, I'm sorry, year over year, up 1.5%. Huh. So I guess good opportunity. See the stock market, how it moved down. Now I guess it'll do what it did yesterday, and it'll just slowly inch its way back up again because there's nowhere else to go. And that seems to be the constant consistency in this marketplace. Is that there's just not many places for investors to go to, and since that's the problem, there's money is trapped into going back to the same old investment over and over and over again. And so, hey Robin, see if we can get somebody to ask a question. Why is the sky blue? And so you can see they're ticking away. You see the stock market slowly inching up. Before you know it, it'll be like, back to flat, from where it started at, that's Chicago time, 7:30 Eastern Standard. Right up in here where it was around the 5250-ish area, this area right here, it'll slowly ziggity-zaggity. Next thing you know, it'll be sitting right there again because, just as Janos had showed in videos years ago at this point, there is no other place to go, and the lifespan of the information is almost meaningless at this point. It would have to be some disastrous number to freak it all out at this point. Let's see. Yeah. Basically what it really comes down to is it's just going to be firmer and firmer on the inflation side. All right, from there, let's see. Come on, go hit it, and we'll walk away. All it has to do is go up about 4 or 5 points at this, this situation right there. Let's go from the intraday. Let's jump over to the. Let's see, where is it at? Right there, Robin. Yeah, there's the dollar index. Let's show you the dollar index. Nope, that's not the dollar index. Right there. There's the dollar index. You can see it's just trying to lift back up a little bit more. It's in a buy for 3 days there now. Go over to the beta. Same situation. It's been moving up. It keeps on pushing. When we go over to the bonds, so we can put the bond in there, ZBF. Right there. There's the 30-year bond. When the price is going down, interest rates are rising. And so we've been seeing the interest rates rise for the last 4 days on the bonds. And and so the prices have been dropping and down a little bit more today. That pressure is on. It doesn't seem to show any change really going on with that. It seems to be the steady, same situation over and over and over again. We're not really. Again, I hate to use the excuse. We got this politic thing called the presidency, and so the markets are going to be relatively shallow for the next 8 months or 7 months. I think the markets are going to stay firm because of two reasons. One is there's nowhere else to go, and two is it looks like Mr. Trump will get reelected. So you put those two together, and it really puts some energy into the marketplace. What else can we say about the dollar this morning? Just that the bonds are acting like that. Oh, well, here's a curious one. Let's go check. I'm going to throw crude oil in there this morning. Because look at that. We're starting to break past that top that we talked about a couple of days ago. We're looking for like $90 oil in the West Texas Intermediate. And so that, to me, looks like it's constantly pressing in that direction. We've come from the low 70s into the low 80, and we'll show you Brent when we get back to looking at after the metals complex. Unless someone wants to see Brent right now, we'll show it to you. But as far as we can tell, these markets, the pressure, I guess you could say price input pressure. How do you like that one? That's a hedge fund expression. Price, in other words, it's going up in value. It's getting expensive. But they like to say, price input values are firming more. And that means it's all going up, and inflation is not moving down anymore. It was slowing. Inflation wasn't going down. It's just that it was slow. It was slowing its rate of increase. But if you'd listen to most of the American media, they're trying to tell you that inflation is going down. No, if it was going down, it would be minus. All it is increasing slower, and that's that misinformation we live under for like the last 4 decades or 5 decades now. I guess it's like 5 decades, where up is down and down is up. And so, in other words, if you're putting a new budget out on the federal level in the government, and if it doesn't increase as much as the year before, so now let's just say you got a 2% increase last year in the federal budget, and it is only 1% this year of an increase, they call that a deduction. Yeah, they call it a deduction. And so we've been living with this spin monster now since the 1970s. I've been seeing it go on, and so that's over 50 years now we've had to put up with this stuff, where they're trying to tell us, oh no, my God, the budget is down this year. It's like it's down. No, wait a minute. Aren't we spending 4% this year? Yeah, but we're spending 4%, but last year we spent 5%, so it's down. It's like, wait a minute. If I gave you $5 last year and you get $4 this year, did you get more money from me or less? You got more. Even if it's $2 is more money. Now, if I didn't give you any money and I took some from you, it's minus, of course. We never see that in this country. They just find other ways to spend money. So, all right. Where do we go from there? I guess we might as well drift over to the euro. Let's see what the euro is up to this morning. Let's see, right there. And there's the euro. You see euro went to the buy yesterday, trying to hold up in there today. You see the weekly's a second. Today's Thursday, so we're getting towards the end of the week. It looks like with not much of a problem, not to worry about it sliding into a sell. It looks like it's going to be in the buy. And you can see it's been this upwardly slope for the last couple. What's interesting is over the last couple weeks, what's that, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? 5 weeks, and went into a daily buy and rode it for a while. Went into a sell for 2 days and went back into a buy for another nice move. And then went into a sell 3 days ago and is back into the buy again right there yesterday. And it's trying, it's doing that glide up, and we're in the weekly buy, so the pressure is on the upside there. Let's take a wild and woolly look of the intraday action. Let's see. Wow, okay. inflation in America rent is over almost 6%. And it's the inflation in America energy of as of February 24. Okay. They're taking apart all the numbers at this point. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, yes, that's what I want to do. There we are. Now, brown cow. We can go like this. We zip over to the intraday. And you can see that same action going on after the news came out. Oh, no, what is that? Is that the S&P? That's the S&P. Let's get the euro up on there. There it is right there. The news came out. They slid it down. And now it's back to where it started from. That's when the news came out, right? Where did the news come out at? So I didn't get that number exact. Something like right around here, isn't it? Let's see. Trying to see the exact time. I have to stand up for it. Let's see. There it is right there. That was 20 seconds before, right there, and then the news came out. Splash. And now we're back up. Again, you know, the short lifespan of data nowadays is amazing. I wish Giannis would have left those videos up, because I did like them. Let's see what else we got going on here. So there's the euro back, back to the norm. I guess the stock market probably has done the same thing. Let's see what that has done right there. Yep, stock market did the same thing as we said before. You know, there's nowhere else to go. You know, we're in that situation of up and away. You know, and until I think I mentioned it yesterday, we saw where at this point in the money market funds, what money market funds are basically is it's like a checking account that gets interest. That's what a money market fund is, and it's getting interest better than savings. And there's over $6 trillion sitting in there in the United States. $6 trillion in the checking accounts of money market funds. So there's a lot of liquid assets sitting around trying to find better ways of making money. All right. And then let's check out. And then we'll go over to the cable. See what the cable's up to this morning. Right there. There's the cable. It's in a sell for 3 days, and it's on the edge. Look at that. Minus zero. I think it was there yesterday, too. Minus 0.0000. We're down to the atomic levels. 4. Minus 4 there. It just was minus 9. So there's minus 13. You know, it's zipping around. But we're in the weekly buy, so, you know, don't be too serious about trying to short this thing. If nothing else, it's almost like if you need this stuff for currency conversion to buy parts or engines, food, whatever, you know, from a foreign country or from England itself, you know. So step up right over here and buy some, because it's giving you a chance to buy cheap currency at the moment. All right, and then let's see what the intraday fund looks like. Right there it is. Woo, doggy. So that came out. That's where the news came out right there. Smack. And then we just knew that they just going to bring it back. It's crazy. It just is what it is. All right. From there. Let's see. Where is it from there? Let's see. Can we fix that to make that a little bit better, I guess? There it is. And let's take a look at, we'll go to the beta and see what is going on with, let's see what it's over here on the beta. What's cooking in the beta at this point? Well, let's see how the dollar is looking now. Now. Dollar. Right there. Green. So, in other words, you can see how the dollar index for the last 3 days has been pushed up. Not a lot. And again, it just shows that the interest rate is not coming down. And that's pretty much, there is some hope by some in the marketplace that they'll drop the rate in June. I'm not really too sure about that with the way we keep on seeing firmness, or as they like to say in the hedge fund industry, the price pressure is very sticky. The price pressure is very sticky. In other words, they're all going up. All right, they're going up in cost. All right, so from there we'll go take a look at, let's see what the Swiss is up to this morning. There it is right there. Swiss just inching up. It's in a buy for 2 days now. This is the second day. Still in that weekly buy now for weeks. I would imagine that this currency will just go sideways up to just sideways. That would make sense to me. That's exactly what I would think. Let's see. Yep, indeed. It's a sunny day here. We've got some nice sunshine and blue skies. We're all happy about that. And what else can we say about the market? Looks sunny. Yeah, it looks sunny. I mean, stocks are at their highs of the day. Cryptos are marching along. Let's see what the crypto's doing. There's crypto, and we'll put that up. This is the cash crypto itself, which is nice. Look at that, gliding up for the last 6 days. This is the 7th day now in a buy. Just zoom. And it doesn't let go. And, we've been in a weekly buy now for 8 weeks. It's been a wonderful move for that from the $40,000 area to the $70,000 area. There are a lot of people in this country that are at a point now where the last thing we want to see is the Federal Reserve have a cryptocurrency. We would just let them do with the job they do. We don't need them to fool around with cryptos. We've seen what Canada did with the truck drivers, where they froze their bank accounts, because they didn't like what they were protesting. And so we don't want our Federal Reserve to have that type of power. Just manage the currency flow and leave it at that. Don't worry about the individual investor. And that's pretty much the way it's going at this point with a lot of countries. We don't need central bank cryptos. Let the private sector take care of that. You central banks do your best to do what you've been doing. That is, pump up the money supplies, which is kind of irritating in its own right there too. Indeed. So. What else we got going on here? Let's go take a look at the yen. Let's see what the yen is up to today. And there's the yenski. And we told you about that story we read yesterday, where someone was saying that they thought that if the yen went up 5% more, which I guess would be, what would be 5% more in there? I guess 8, maybe get up to 54 or 55. They think there'd be some real pressure on the stock market. And we can show you where the Nikkei is. Let's see, where's the Nikkei? Where's the Nikkei? There it is, right there. And let's put that in there. There's the Nikkei. It's trying to lift up a little bit today. It's been a daily sell for 4 days. This is the 5th day there. And it's trying to lift up. We would be concerned if we saw the currency start to make that same move. And as you can see here, here's the currency again, right there. Yeah, it's just in a soft buy. It's in a weekly sell. They seem to be just building into a base at this point. It just looks like a base. Doesn't really look like anything more than that. You can see over here, that was another side of that base for a while. That's the 46s, and I think they've got down to 42s today. Yeah, there it is. They said they got down into the low 40, 41, and it seems like that's the base. And now the base looks even higher. These, where's that mouse at? Let's put it like this, right there. You can see this stuff in here seems to be the base now. There, and the highs in here, and that's where the pressure is. And so, that was a nice glide down, and then it got into the buy back in here. It's been a soft but continuous glide up, and now we slid into the sell here at the top right there, and we're in the sell. And now, where's that green line? Let's steal a green. Let's put a green line in there. There we are. There we are. And that's where the strength is at the moment. It's a second day in a buy, and it's pressing, and I don't know. It's at this point, we'll just watch it, and we'll know. I guess in other words, we'll just like we have before many times. The math will tell us something's brewing. Something's coming around the corner, and we'll know when to pick up on it. Right now, it just looks like to me like the rest of the market, just sideways, choppy, no real strength. But I would think this, if Mr. Trump keeps on gaining in the polls the way he is everywhere, he's never been this strong. We've never seen a sitting president that far behind, in a situation like this. So the former president, it looks like he's going to be president again. And it doesn't seem like they can stop it as much as they're trying. Open borders, just everything, just all the craziness that's going on. All right, now we're going to go over to the Great Experiment. See what the Great Experiment looks like right there. Yesterday, another all-time high close right there. And they pierced the 36s yesterday. Looks like a little island gap up today, which is rare. You can see the last time they did that, started a whole new leg 3 days afterwards. It just started to take off. So maybe this is the leg for the next 2 days or 3 days. Once it gets, our math turns into the buy right here, maybe this thing is going to go past go up into the 37s, like 37 and a quarter or something like that. We're not far away now. We got the 37.6, so it's not that bad. It's just another, big giant number. We've been in that weekly buy. Let's just go back and take a look. I think it's there. The weekly buy has been going on since the mid-September, late September, mid-September, something like that. Down into 27s, 28s, 28s. There's 27s right there. This is 27s in there. There's 28s. There's 29s. So it's been a good steady run, and a third since September, half a year ago. The currency is up almost 27% now. We figured it was going to go up 33%, so we're getting very, very, very close. Actually, it's actually 28.7 to be exact. So we're getting closer and closer to that 37 area. And that's the Great Experiment. We watch Turkey because, it's an industrialized nation, and we've seen its currency go from 1 to now 30 was that 35.25? That's a big move, with an all-time high now of 36.06. So we're watching this because it's an industrial nation. It's on the edge of Europe. It borders all of Europe, So it's like, how do you not want to watch something like that? It's a member of NATO. There's a lot of interesting things about it, and I don't think we've seen a NATO country go this awry when it comes to their currency before. Not. I'm trying to think. Not even Italy when they had a currency before the euro. No doubt that the Italian currency was always drifting all over the place, but not like this. Maybe it would double. This thing, it's going from 1 to 2, from 2 to 4, to 4 to 8, 8 to 16, now 16 to 32, And let's hope it's not heading for 64. I mean, wow, what an action that is. All right, what else can we say about that? I guess not much. So we'll go over and check out. We'll take a look at the rest of the area, and that is we'll take a look at the South African rand. You see that rand is still trying to glide down. With that glide down, we would expect to see, strength in the silver and the gold and the metals and so forth. So let's just go over there and take a peek. And right there is the gold. You see, the last couple of days it's trying to lift up, but we're in the sell. It's in the weekly buy, so it's not like as if they're, and look at this. The fast algo, weekly algo is well above the manifold of right there. The slow, it's even higher. Neither of them want to give up, And, you got your slowest of all the algos right there, the white histogram at, cleanly through the manifold also, and at the same time, of course, through the zero line. So, I mean, it's like 3 solid weeks of strength, and the currency is going up. Not the currency, the gold has basically gone up over $200 from it, or 175, something like that, from Friday close to now. It's very firm, and that South African rand is reflecting the action. The only problem is that the politics there has got that currency way too high. It should be down in the 12s or 13s at this point. And then let's go. Oh, excuse me. I'll take a sip of my tea. We'll go over and look at the silver. I'll put that up, and I'll have a sip of my tea at the same time. Now there's silver. You can see silver jumped into the buy yesterday, and it's looking a little bit firmer today. And you can see silver has been in a buy now for 6 full weeks. It's not letting go. You see over here on the beta, same situation. There is there's the gold, pressing up, and you can see the last couple of days in the sell, and then you can see silver right there doing the zigzag also. Where's that at? Why is it not updating? Not there, not there. Okay, there's copper. You see the copper lifting up from that move yesterday. It's really, and it's been in, look at this on our beta. The copper's been in a buy for a while, and the weekly's been in a buy for a while, 6 weeks. And when you look at gold, you can see that, the firmness there. This is the 4th week in the buy. The daily is, showing the 3 days in a sell. And then there's silver. You see silver, same situation, lots of strength, lots of buying. And obviously when we go back over to right there, there's let's show you the South African rand right there. There it is. It's been going down. Like I said, the only problem is that the South African rand should be around not the 18 3/4 area. It should probably be down like the 12 3/4 area. So things are getting worse and worse in South Africa when it comes to the economy. Boy, this is a good, we talk about measurements, Here's a good example. When you use something like as solid as gold, and you look at the price of gold and you look at the price of the currency against the dollar, and then, let's see, webinar. There we are. So, let me think. What else can we say about any of that? I mean, that's just a reminder of how confusing South Africa is. I heard this morning they were going to do something really strange. Anyone that's in the Israeli army and a South African citizen is going to be arrested. Wow. That's like the killing the white farmer thing over there. Honestly. I wish the Zulu nation would take control of the country at this point and get rid of these cuckoo birds. But it doesn't seem to happen. The Zulu nation seems to be holding firm. But And I know that was it the last president, Mugato, or I forget who the last president was, but I mean his followers were fighting with the Zulus. I mean, it was a real battle going on there. Most people don't understand that apartheid was a immigration thing. It wasn't a race thing because the Zulus have always had one vote for one person. They've had no problem with that. And there's a so it wasn't the race; it was the immigration. and and so okay, they're talking inflation again now. Hot inflation, hot. That's what they're saying. Because we're on the hour now. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so they're talking about hot inflation, hot. Fun times as always. All right. From where else are we at? Oh, let's take a look at platinum. Let's see how the platinum is looking this morning. We showed you copper. Let's just show that. We'll show you the copper one more time right there. Look at that strength in the copper. Maybe China is trying to get a bottom in or something. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. Every time I see strong copper, I think of strong China. And you can see here, platinum has been moving up steadily too. It's a second week in a weekly buy with no problem. And then let's jump over to beta, because we're looking at metals, and I always think of China when I look at the metals, especially copper. Let's see. There is Hong Kong's not participating, as you can see. I mean, it's bouncing for the last week now up, but and it's kind of zigzagging through the weekly. But when we look at the Hang Seng, right there, Hang Seng has been gliding better. It's moving up much firmer, not as powerful as say the Kospi right here. You see that? That's pretty strong like that. That's coming off of down at 2,450, and now we're over 2,700. So we're seeing a decent move there in the Kospi, but we're not really seeing that same move in the Hang Seng. Let's go back to that Hang Seng right there. So let's see, Hang Seng. I just saw it. There it is. And there's the Hang Seng. Yeah, see the Hang Seng from 15,500 to 16,000, 17,000. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's relatively firm, pretty firm, but it's not. Was it? See, so 2450 to 27. Is a move of what is that? That's like 300 points basically, and 300 points is about what is that? It's about a 6-7% gain, and when you look at 15,000 to 17,000, that is, let's see, 5% would be 5,000. So it's not. It's only like 1.5%. Yeah. So they're not moving it up that well. It isn't a weekly buy though, so that's good. It joined in down here in the low 15,000s, and then from there they have a 30 share index there. I think they call it Shenzhen. Let's see, we can put that up there. We have that too. There's Shenzhen. That's the one that's really showing a little bit more life in it. It's at 9,000 back then. It came off the 8,000. We're at the 9,500, so that's showing a lot more strength in it. It's only 30 shares, 30 different companies. It's like the Dow Jones Industrial Average here. And so that's that. Why don't we take a look at around. Ooh, I don't see any questions, so I have no reason to worry about that. You can see the all ordinary index, slowly trying to drift up too from that same time period, going from the 70, 76, 77 area up to the 81. Fell off the last couple of days. I'm sorry, and we're still on a weekly buy for 10 weeks now. And we saw the Nikkei. Nikkei just took a little dip. Where's that Nikkei again? Nikkei, right there. There it is. And Nikkei, it's just kind of been backtracking a little bit in there because of the action in the currency. You can see it's trying. It's it's in a sell, but it's trying to play into the daily buy. And then from there we go over to let's look at the Nifty 50. There it is. There's the Nifty 50. Holding on firm. Did that same thing as Tokyo. Back and fill. You got to take some profits somewhere, sometime, and that is the best way to look at it. Really is, sooner or later, you got to get some of that going on. Let's see. Let's see if we can find this again. Let's see, there it is. Shift, and then yeah, that's the Nifty 50. Let's see what this one is. I'm trying to figure out which one. We have another one on there, I noticed, down at the bottom. The TW, let's see, it was a TW. Yeah, so we go like this. Let's see, where's that? What is that? That is the Taiwan. That's what that is. That's right. That's the Taiwan. I thought we'd follow Taiwan too. That's the Taiwan index. You see it's come off those lows of around 21,000 and climbed up to 22,500. So they're all moving somewhat the same way. It's been backing off a little bit in here. It's trying to get into the weekly sell. You can see that pressure on the daily for like the last 4 days. Nice bounce up today. We'll see how well that holds up. I mean, obviously it's closed already. All right. Interesting. All right, so let's see, where are we at on these? These are all the indices outside of Europe, and let's see. Let's put this in, and you can see that was the Asian and Pacific Rim. Let's take a look and see what Europe is doing this morning. Oh, we didn't look at energies yet. We'll finish off these stock currencies. I'm sorry, stock indexes, and then we'll go back and check out the energy sector. And there's the DAX. And there you go. There's the DAX. Climbing, making nice highs there, 18,000. You can see 10 weeks in a weekly buy. It's doing the same thing as the American stocks. They're reaching for them, and there's no stopping them. They just don't back off. CAC 40, I think the same way too, right? CAC 40 at the highs right there. Weekly buy, 10 weeks. There's a lot of buying going on. And then we go over to the FTSE. That dipped. It was interesting to see the FTSE dip. And there's the FTSE. And now it's jacked back up again and showing strength and making highs in here. And you can see in that weekly buy now for 6 weeks. So there's the FTSE, and it just shows that's what's going on. There's the S&P 500. Same thing, roaring along, no problem at all. Weekly buy, 10 weeks on there. This only shows 10 weeks out. And then we go over and look at the, where's it, it's here somewhere. The NQs, or the Tech 100. There it is. And there's the Tech 100. A little dogged, but then this has had a fantastic go. The NASDAQ, the Tech 100 has just climbed and climbed and climbed. It's outperformed all the other indices over the last year, and it's doing it again. I think it's still doing it now, just since the January. We've gone from 17,000, 16,000 and change up to 18,000. And same thing, same type of move in that and the Here's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. That's kind of stalled out at 37,000, starting off in there in the middle of the month, and now you can see it's hanging out at the 39.2 area. Kind of stuck there now for I don't know since February 18th, and you can see in a weekly buy also 10 weeks. There's that constant buying of the stock market. Let's see, and then let's just show you the. There's the Russell 2000. Now, Russell 2000 trying to hold on pretty well. Nice up and high, up in this area. You can see the last 3 or 4 days it's been weakness, but overall the weekly's been in a buy for 10 weeks now. Now what we can do is we'll go over to Brent. Let's take a look at Brent. Oh, Bitcoin. I want to show Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin, the strength in that since the January. Not doubling, but close to it. Very impressive. Yep. And then, let's see. Let's go over to Brent. Right there, BZF. You see it's heading for the 85 area. We're expecting like 95 on Brent. You can see it's been in a buy pretty much with 6 out of the last 7 weeks it's been in a weekly buy. And then when we go and look at West Texas Intermediate right there, same thing. We're seeing that strength in there, and it's been in a buy for 7 full weeks. 7 full weeks. And it keeps on battling. Now it's climbed into the buy yesterday. This is the second day in the buy. What else can we say about that? We're looking for $88 to $90 oil at this point, especially with the summer season coming on. What else? Natural gas. There's natural gas. You can see natural gas just from the $3 area down to the $1.50 area, bouncing around in there. 10 weeks in a sell. That's good stuff, I mean, the less cost of energy, the better. You can spend it on food and clothing and, just all the other things. Let's take a look at the energy company down in Spain, which has broken the $20 area right there. And you can see there, it is trading for the last 3 days under $20. So we've come down from 28 to 20. Nice, almost a 1/3 drop. That is very good. We get down into the, I guess, if we get down to about 19, that'll be a 1/3 drop. That's really great. To have your energy bills get cut by 1/3 is very important in these times. Righty. That is the energies. We've pretty much given you a flavor of all of it. There's that ARC that I always talk about that always cracks me up. It's down about 68% from its all-time high. Anything down that much from its all-time high, you have to worry about as far as I'm concerned. But it's the hedge fund industry, so it's the money managers. They live in a different world. It's a wonderful world. Free money. It's really something. All right. What other fun things do we have to look at? There's the SPY. This is the equity side. You see SPY is looking very firm. 3 days in a buy, 10 weeks in a buy. Same thing with... Now, here's QQQ. I think QQQ went into the daily buy yesterday. Yeah. See it right there. Went into the daily buy yesterday. And it's trying to push up again today. And it's 10 weeks in a buy. It doesn't want to let go. And you can see the VIX, the volatility, which is kind of neat, has been playing down for the last 4 days. And it at one point, you could see it was in a buy for 4 days. We really thought maybe something was going to go on, but that didn't last. It is amazing how well the volatility in the marketplace itself can get away with that. All right, what else we got to look at here? Here's the GBTC. and that is the Bitcoin ETF. So it trades a little bit different. It's at 65, where cash is at 73, and it's discounted a little bit in there for management fees and so forth, I guess. And but it's been in a weekly buy for 10 weeks, so at least it's keeping us in the saddles, I like to say. Back in the saddle again. Yep, it's holding on well. There is talk, about, well, maybe they'll, it'll start to trade at parity with the cash, but I don't think so. I think the management fees are just that expensive. I think that's what it really comes down to. So, you can go buy it directly and not pay that extra, or you can go the other way around and say, okay, I've heard people say, I lose my blockchain, encryption, and I've lost. I heard a reporter who's been long Ethereum and lost their blockchain code, and that's it, gone. So, it's I guess that's the wild west of equity. I mean, if you lose your code, there is nobody keeping track of it, which is really surprising. Surprised someone hasn't created I guess that's what they call wallets, right? I mean, they some type of, someone can share in your number, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is, traders. So. I guess people have forgotten how to use a pencil and a piece of paper, or a pen and a piece of paper. A quill pen with ink, anything. Huh. All right. Where do we go from here? Want to go look around in the intraday? We could do that. Anybody care about anything? If not, we'll just go look around, see what's going on. Well, is that the stock? Oh, it's the British pound. Look at that. British pound is broken back down again. It's in that daily sell. Let's show you that. There you go. There's British pound in 3 days in a sell, and the intraday is taken. It came off that news, hit up, and dropped down. Let's see what. There's Mr. Biden just screaming in the background. Let's take a look at the euro. Euro's doing the same thing. Let's see what they're doing with the euro. There's the euro. And it's trying to go into the sell also. Look at that right there. It's minus 0.00ZZ1. Woo doggy. Going into the atomic level. I love that. We look at things so small and minute, we go down to the atomic level. See where the string is going. Tie that string. String theory. M theory. M string theory. The mother of all string theory. Exactly. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Huh. Okay. All right. Oh, interesting. I'm talking about the. Right. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Now, let's see. Let's go over to the intraday again, since no one else is watching and caring. I'm curious. Let's see. Let's see what the stock market is doing right there. Okay, it's down too. Okay, so there was the news. Hot inflation. And it's down a little bit for the day. By the end of the day, who knows? It just is what it is at this point. Let's take a look at the daily of that. there's the daily. And we're still in daily buys, weekly buys. I think like literally the weekly buy is like 17 or 20 or I don't know. It's been since first week of November. So we've been in a buy all of November, all of December, all of January, all of February, and now half of March. So that's 4.5 months of in buys. And it just doesn't, that thing's not letting go. And they have nowhere else to go, I guess. That's what it comes down to. No other better investments. All right. Let's see. Where else can we go from here? I guess we should figure out what title we should use for today. Hot inflation. Inflation keeps on proving us right. I guess you can say that. That's for sure. We know that part, right? I mean, who else around here constantly screams that inflation is going to go up, up, and up no matter what they pretend, whatever they want to sing, whatever they want to do the make-believe. I don't know. You take a choice to call it. All I know is that inflation is going up. It just goes up faster or it goes down slower. I'm sorry. It goes up faster or it goes up slower. But it's going up. That's what it comes down to. And so that's what we're going to do today is we're going to title this. Let's see. Title today will be... Here. Inflation goes up. Inflation goes up fast and slow. I think that's the best way to describe it. Inflation goes up fast and slow. It's so good at that. There we are. So that's going to be the title today of the webinar. If anybody has any questions out there, we'll give you another minute, and if not, we'll get out of here because it's 24 now. So I cut out at 25, and the markets open up, and so forth and so on. So anyhow, I guess we'll sing our way out of here, and that is that happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. To all our trading friends, later traders, have a safe and smart trading day. And where the market will be by the end of the day in the United States, maybe it'll be down because of the pressure we're seeing on it now. But right now the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up like 91 points, and the S&Ps are up like 6-7 points, and even the NASDAQ 100 is up. So as much as they're taking it down, as we'll go out showing you that on the intraday chart right there, and that is the S&P 500. As much as it's down at the lows where it left off yesterday, see, that's the whole thing. This is yesterday, and it's still holding on. So, ta-ta for now.